Maxine, the third movie in this X trilogy that we are talking about? Well, let's get to it. Okay, so this is the third movie that Ty West has been doing in this X trilogy sort of movies that he's been doing with A24. So obviously we had X first, then Pearl, and now we have Maxine. So this movie is a continuation of the movie X. So this takes place after that with the same character who is Maxine from the first movie. Now, I like this little trilogy that they were doing. I thought the first one, X, was definitely an underrated film that just came out of nowhere. Horror film that you're like, ooh, this has got some spice to it that I really like. Then we got Pearl, which just added extra context to those movies and was phenomenal as well. So I was really excited for Maxine. I was like, okay, we're getting a third one. I know a lot of people were really, really excited for this because they love the first two. I don't think Maxine's the best one in the trilogy. I personally think X and Pearl are better than this one, but I appreciate what Ty West was going for when it comes to Maxine. He tried to give us something that was different and added on. Now, I do like Maxine as a character, and I like what Ty did with this movie, with this character, and tied it into X. So we see that Maxine is struggling with some issues from her past and what happened in that previous movie. And that past is getting brought up in this movie as she's trying to make that transition from, the pornography side, the adult film industry, to becoming the movie star that she wanted to be. Remember, her whole goal, her whole motivation is she wants to be a movie star. She wants to be the best of the best. She wants to be the most famous person on the planet. That is her mission. So having her transition from that industry into the movie side to becoming this movie star by also having her mentally struggle with what has happened and things are starting to creep in. Then you add in the Night Killer as well. That storyline that is playing a part. Who is the Night Killer? Having certain events happen that are tying her to it. Having someone that's shady trying to bribe her and blackmail her in order to come and do this because this is what needs to happen. So I liked all that, and I liked what they were doing with the Maxine character and how they were tying X in with this movie as well, and all the stuff that was coming with her and the baggage behind in the past and how she was trying to cope with that while trying to be a movie star. Really, really like that. Now, I think there is some horrific scenes in this movie. And what I don't mean like horrific scenes as like horrible, badly written scenes or anything. I mean, holy crap. There is one scene here with Maxine and a guy in an alleyway. And oh man, I tell you, I've never felt pain on that level before. Never felt pain on that level. And look, I think a lot of guys, if you guys watch this film, you will be like me. You will feel that pain. And it's graphic. I mean, this is like one of the most graphic things I've seen. And as a guy, oh man, I was shocked. My pain sensors went through the roof. My shock value went through the roof. I mean, I go into horror movies wanting to see the blood and gore. Like, come on. And we've seen it with X and Pearl. Like, he's not afraid to shy away from showcasing you the blood and gore. Oh, this was just, I don't know. It's probably because I'm a man and a male and I understand the pain and I felt pain like that in a way. Not to this extreme though, but the graphicness of it was just next level. And I appreciated that. Like, there are some scenes in here where it gets really graphic, really bloody, really gory. And I appreciate that because that's what I'm expecting when I'm seeing this type of movie. When we're diving into the other two movies and how horrific they can be and the blood and gore that we see in that, that's what I'm expecting from this. Now, I don't think it's as blood and gory in a way. I don't think it has as many scenes that are as blood and gory as the previous two, but he did nail it. He did absolutely nail that. Now, the side characters, I don't think the side characters are as good as the other two movies, and I think that kind of takes away from it. The villain themselves, I mean, the reveal of the villain and who the villain is was neat, predictable to a degree where you're kind of thinking, okay, I think I know where this is going. And when it gets revealed, you're kind of like, they tied it in well enough where you're like, okay, you know what? It's somewhat predictable, but I understand with that. And that's a plausible thing. And it makes the end of the movie go, you know what? I tie this in a nice little bow here. And it worked well. Now, some of the middle part of the film, the pacing does get very slow. I felt myself kind of getting a little bit disinterested because some of the movie was kind of slow, where I'm sitting there like, okay, can we push this along a bit more now? Because like this was all fast paced. Now it's slowed right down now. And then you get into the third act and it's like boom, boom, dominoes falling like left, right, and center. You have no time to stop and breathe and think. You're thinking boom, 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 boom. It's all happening. So that was great. Dude, this felt like the 80s. Like, let's just be real. The set design felt like it. The costumes felt like it. The soundtrack felt like it. I thought Wes did a great job at bringing you into the 80s world. And you felt like you were in it. When you're walking down those streets, you feel like you're in the 80s. You feel like you're in California back then. They did a great job. The costumes, you felt like you were transported there. So I think he did a great job like that, and the cinematography was fantastic. I mean, the cinematography and the way that it has been shot in all three of the films has been fantastic. And here, it's no different. Ty West delivers it, gets it right, gets the shots right, adds the music perfectly. So I really enjoyed it. Like, the story is good. I enjoyed the story. I really like the character of Maxine. I don't think this is a bad movie. I think this is actually a really, really solid, good, very good movie. I would rank it highly. I just think the other two are better, in my opinion. I just think, look, as a trilogy, though, I think this is going to be one of those underrated trilogies that maybe in the next 5 years, we're going to be sitting there going, you know what? That little X trilogy there needs to be talked in the same discussion we're having with The Dark Knight and stuff like that. Like, these movies need to be started getting in that discussion, because this is a very, very good trilogy. I don't think there's a bad movie in this trilogy. I think this is that perfect meme of the horse. I think the trilogy nails it. I think you're not going any less than an 8 in this trilogy. And like, even though I don't think Maxine is as good as the first two, it's definitely worthy to be in this trilogy and is a very good movie. So I enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of Maxine. Did you guys enjoy it? And obviously, like, before I get into it, Mia Goth, she's brilliant. She's brilliant. She's brilliant in this trilogy. So let me know your thoughts. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. And peace out.